Hey everybody, welcome to the R&R Show. So, Ruel, tell the
Oh,
folks here. Oh God,
hi.
phew! I was a pregnant pause there, waiting for you to talk because audio is the bane of all live streamers. Any live streamer will confirm this, and we're trying some new and exciting stuff today. Ruel and I are talking through Discord instead of Skype, since Skype was starting to prove to be a little iffy, and also,
Yeah,
yeah, after the audio went bad, and I had to turn off the the event audio so that Ruel was fine. I think everything should be working this week, and we can have a nice, relaxed, laid-back show with absolutely no problems. Nothing will go wrong. It will all go
fingers
very
crossed.
swimmingly.
Fingers crossed. Yeah.
Fingers
And folks,
crossed.
if you don't know, this man has been jumping through hoops to get this thing to work, and hopefully it does. If y'all can just confirm that the audio is good, video is good, the level's all right, we'd appreciate it. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's gonna be a fun episode today. I'm getting ready to go to PAX, folks,
Oh
and
yeah.
I'll be gone for a couple of days, but I think this is a good way to get to PAX is just talk about games.
Is it your first PAX?
It is my first PAX, yes.
Okay,
So
because I was
I'm
kind of
super
curious. I was going to
excited.
ask, can you tell me
Yeah.
why does everybody keep asking me? Everybody in the universe says, are you going to go to PAX? What's happening with PAX? Will you be at PAX? I'm like, no one has ever asked me about PAX in previous years to the degree. I mean, has something changed? Or is there...
I I feel like it's slowly but surely been going up in the ranks of board game conventions, but this year especially, I think it's really hyped up because it's the first convention that a lot of people are going to, after this long pause due to what's happening in the world,
Oh,
and the
sure.
fact that they're requiring vaccinations and you're requiring masks, it's going to be probably the safest out of the conventions. Now, I did go to Gen Con this last September, and I thought they did a fantastic job. I felt safe, and everyone was
Yeah.
masked. As far as vaccinations, like it was on the honor system, but at least here at PAX, like it is literally like you have to have a vaccination card, which I really appreciate, and I know a lot of people do as well.
All right, well, I mean, I look forward... So you'll be back, and you can give us the
Yeah.
report next week in the next episode, right?
Yes.
Excellent.
Absolutely. I'll give you all the lowdown, and I'm gonna keep an eye for those games that fly under the radar too. So hopefully we'll get some good stuff for y'all.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. Yeah, I don't even know what the topic for next week is going to be. Perhaps something at PAX will present itself. Hey,
Yeah.
Panic Games, thank you, Kabuki, for resubscribing, and Head of Metal for resubscribing using the old Prime, the Amazon Prime trick. You have to do it every month to keep it going, but every time somebody subscribes, all the little avatars dance. Hooray! I don't know if people have noticed. There might be something new on screen. A whole bunch of cute little adorable blockheads down there who just kind of walk around and are minding their own business. Occasionally they'll say, hey, chat gang, which Kabuki Kid is apparently the little green one with the heavy eyebrows. Now, if you're wondering, these are called stream avatars. I've spent a while now, quite a bit of time, messing with these, trying to learn how they work. And I think they're okay. They're really neat. You folks will have to say whether you want them to stay around or if they become annoying quickly. Who knows? But basically, I'm always looking for more ways to make it worthwhile to subscribe to the channel. I mean, obviously, if you subscribe either for free with Amazon Prime or just normally, you get it's ad free. That's a big deal. Also, if you scroll down below, you will see that if you subscribe, you get access to special videos that are subscriber only that are on YouTube right now. What are they? I have to actually scroll down on Twitch. I should go scroll down on Twitch. I should be on Twitch. I put up 2
Yeah.
videos right now. And also, for folks who get really stressed about trying to find the secret word so they can enter the contest, we just tell you right down there in that subscriber-only chat feed, hey, yeah, here's where it is. You can just relax and enjoy the show. But we have now added a 4th bonus for subscribing on the show, which is subscribers can have cute little avatars who walk around and can dance and fart and play slot machines and duel each other and have boss battles and play basketball and just an amazing amount of stuff. I barely scratched the surface of everything they can do. Okay, I have confirmed the YouTube video is up and running. I forgot to do
Okay,
that
great.
until like 5 minutes before we launched, so I very hastily uploaded it, but it looks like YouTubers are being redirected. That is good, so I can close
Nice.
that now.
Dr. Death was asking why they have to be Mr. Pink. Hey, this is all random, folks. As
It is.
These avatars, they just pop up, and you're gonna get who you get.
Yeah. But what's wrong with Mr. Pink? I feel like I need to start quoting Reservoir Dogs here, although I would get very dirty very quickly, so I don't think we'll do that.
I was going to say, it's probably not the best for a family-friendly stream.
But again, if you are a subscriber, and by the way, we're on a hype train. A hype train has just started. We're
nice. All
sub
aboard,
gifts
folks.
and bits
All aboard.
to unlock those emotes. I really want to tie something more to hype train too. That's something I'll probably have to figure out on my own. But anyway, yeah. So thank you for resubscribing, Nazgoth. Of course, it's been about a month since we started doing this Twitch affiliate stuff. So we're going to see more resubs popping up. Hey, by the way, you will see down there at the bottom of the screen, folks, there's a little star floating around. If you type in !jump, about 2 or 3 seconds later, you will jump. And if you catch that star, you will get 15 points. What are avatar points? Well, they're not the regular Rahdo channel points. They basically, you earn more of them so you can customize your little blockheads. You can change your color, you can put sunglasses on, all kinds of stuff. Now, there's already a few customizations. If whoever it was who doesn't want to be Mr. Pink, you can be Mr. Blue or Mr. Green or Mr. Red or Mr. White, if I recall correctly. Or you can pay some of those points you get for catching that star. No one's caught it yet. Tell you what, let's make it a little bit easier to catch some stars.
Close.
All right. All right, did somebody get it? Kabuki caught it, and Kabuki gets 15 points. Kabuki is the big winner, but everybody's a winner today. Stars for everyone. There we go.
Look at this, folks. So jump.
Just jump.
Command jump, folks. Command jump. That's exclamation point jump.
Yep, exclamation point jump. And apparently there is a thing on Twitch where there's a cooldown. You can only type in the same command once or twice in a row, and then you can't do it for like 30 seconds. But I see Andrew has figured it out. All caps jump is a different string than lowercase jump. So if you want to do two jumps in rapid succession, do a lowercase jump and an all caps jump, and you can get some multiple jumps and get around that cooldown. So everybody's getting some points. And again, the sole purpose of those points is to unlock more customization options for your avatar. They get really in-depth. You can put stuff in each hand. They've got hats and hair. They've got backpacks. They've got faces. They don't have fronts. They have faces. They have emotes. They have, if you I think you can, one of your commands is you can sit down and relax, and you have different chairs you can sit in. It's insane, all the stuff that is in there. So yeah, like I said, we'll try them for a while. We'll see if people enjoy them. One of the main things I think is interesting is, once we start actually filming the show, we have to kind of tune you folks out. And what we can do is we can set up games. You can play, there's this very cool physics-based basketball game you can play where everybody's competing. There's a equivalent of a Final Fantasy old school boss fight you can get in. People can duel each other. What the heck? Let's have a little bit of fun. Cool. I know there's one I can do right now, very quickly and easy. Let's see if I can type it in right. I believe that's it. The Battle Royale. Anybody prepare for a fight to the death. And,
good luck, everybody.
Yep. Now, this is the one mini game where you have no control. You just sit back and watch as you guys all, Battle Royale, Hunger Games style, and whoever is the last blockhead standing will get some more of those customization points.
Look at that. Oh, wow.
Yep. It's all very silly. I mean...
I hope you don't beat up everyone again.
We did a test of this earlier today, and there were like 5 people, and I ended up being the winner. And I, as the administrator, have infinite points, so that was kind of ironic. Oh no, I'm out! I'm already out. I see my balloon flopping around, so I was taken out early.
All right, nice.
Yep.
Looks like we got a few left. Okay, Dutch Yoda's still there. Head over metal.
Kabuki Kid.
Knight, E4.
It's coming down. 3 more. Kabuki Kid is the odds-on favorite. There goes Laverne. And a health pack. Now, unfortunately, our avatars aren't smart enough to walk over and get the health pack. And it looks like it's gonna. And Kabuki wins it. Kabuki is on fire today.
Wow! Look at that.
Yep. All right.
So
Kabuki gets another 100 gold. Yeah. That was pretty suspect. She gets the first jump and she comes out on top. I don't know how that happened. Anyway, they're a silly thing. You can ignore them. They're just going to be down there chilling. I believe if you type, what is it? I'll just do it for everybody in the chat. Actions, !actions. That'll give you a list of all the basic things they can do. Like
Okay.
you could hug each other. You could type in !hug space and then the name of another person, and your avatar will walk over and hug another avatar. It's adorable. Thank you for the follow, Araxo. And right, okay. So we can do all this all day, but we're actually here to do a show. So maybe I should pull a Rodney and say, I'll leave the rest for you to discover for yourself.
Yeah, as far as the avatars go, y'all can discover that on your own.
There you go.
Now, we do have a couple of redemptions to take care of.
Yes, we do.
Is that correct?
Yes, we do.
All right. What are we redeeming today?
Okay, yeah. Let me pull up. Let's actually get this show on the road. Okay, we have got.
So for those who just joining us,
from last week,
we redeem channel points here. If you spend channel points, there are certain things that we'll redeem. For example, arguments or Ruel Ranks and a bunch of other fun stuff. So let's see what we're going to redeem right now.
Indeed. We've got several to choose from, but I think we should start with the request that came in last week that we did not get to. So last week we had a Ruel Ranks, a top 3, and an argument. So those are our 3 biggest outstanding ones. What do you want to do first?
Let's start with the top 3. We haven't done a top 3.
Yes. Have we done a top? Oh no, we did once. We did top 3 Harrison Ford movies.
Harrison Ford movies. Yep. That's right.
So, what do you want to top 3 now? I don't know.
We our viewers, our friends in chat, they will help us out here.
Okay.
Folks.
Make some suggestions.
Yeah,
I've got one
top
suggestion.
3 would you all like to see?
I've got one suggestion. Top 3 Beatles songs or albums. Because we were talking last week about, we had an argument about Get Back. I have now finished Get Back, which I loved from start to finish.
Okay.
And I could continue arguing in its favor. But, so if folks make some suggestions, we'll take a few, and then we'll do one based on what they suggest.
I like the top 3 Beatles album suggestion.
All right, I will put that on the list.
Yeah.
We'll have 3 suggestions, and then the audience will choose. Let me start making this poll. What's the top 3 for today? Alrighty. Albums or songs?
Well, we sort of talked about albums last time, so maybe we should talk songs this time.
Okay. All right. Oh yeah. Honestly, for me, albums is harder.
Just so many.
Because every song is such a weird hodgepodge of songs I love, the core of my being, and songs I despise. I mean, so that's kind of hard. Okay, so Beatles songs. What else have people suggested? They're off playing roulette, apparently. I don't even know. I haven't even looked at the roulette wheel thing. I have no idea how that works.
I mean, either. It looks like Andrew Scott is betting like every other sentence here. Like, see, Andrew Scott's bet this, he's bet that.
Andrew Scott has a problem.
Let's see. Obviously he does. Gamblers Anonymous friends, don't forget to check that out. Someone said top 3 Christmas movies.
All right, that's a good one. Timely. Xmas movies. What else have we got?
We got a top 3 most streamlined midweight Euros.
Interesting. Streamlined midweight Euros, or streamlined mid Euros.
Okay. Kabuki says top 3 dream cars.
Dream cars. One more. I've got space for 5.
Top 3 ice cream flavors.
Ice cream. That speaks to me. Flavors. All right. That's actually tough.
Oh, that's a good one.
All righty.
That's a tough one.
Here's a question. I'll let it go for how long? 3 minutes, you think? 2 minutes?
Yeah. Well, 2 minutes. 3 minutes was too long last time. Yeah.
Some people have complained that when I turned this on, I allowed people to use their Rahdo points to influence the vote. That another use for Rahdo points, the more you watch, you can use them for all kinds of things, including bumping your vote up if you spend Rahdo points towards it. What do you think?
Look at that.
Should I turn that on or off?
Well, if they really want it, I say turn it on. Why not? Why not let them
all right. I mean, that's it's certainly rewarding longtime viewers. Although it's punishing viewers who spend their Rahdo points to actually give us suggestions for what to do because they burn through all their points and then they. All right, you know what? I've had it on the last 2. I'll turn it off this time. I will be very commercial though and leave bits on. You can spend literally 10 US cents to basically improve your vote. So. This is totally bought and paid for. Every 10 cents you pay pumps up your vote a little bit. Which means, the more bits we get, the closer we can get to unlocking a bonus run through. How are we doing on those, by the way? We're getting
closer.
We're getting very close to unlocking a top 10, and I still think we're at 130 of 149. It's possible we might unlock another RVR today.
Yeah.
Depending on how things go.
Folks, Yeah, everyone that follows, subscribes, spends bits, that all goes towards things that we can unlock. As we're just saying here, top 10 lists, RVR episode where we play a game against each other. And last time we did Rolling Realms, which was fun because you all were able to play along with us, which I love doing that.
Yeah.
And then it also unlocks, what was the other thing it unlocks? Top 10 list?
Yeah, which I haven't done yet. We haven't done it. But the idea is that I would get on and I would create a top 10 with the audience. They would pick the topic and we would work together. It wouldn't just be me directing, because I think that'd be really fun to get feedback on stuff I might have forgotten about. I think that'd be a lot of fun. And then a run through is just me filming a run through, but you seeing everything. The setup, the teardown, the cursing when I screw up takes, all of that. Although I think I might dial back the cursing a little bit. All right,
that's a good call. Look at this, folks. So you got about 40 seconds left to vote. The Christmas movies are slightly ahead here.
Yeah,
not bad.
Okay,
wow.
Which is
and
fine.
then ice cream flavors are coming up. Okay.
Christmas movies, obviously, that's interesting.
Wow.
I'll have to give some thought to it.
I really have to think. I already know my number one. It's number two.
Are you going to put Die Hard on this, really?
You come on. Spoiler alert. Yeah, it's the greatest Christmas movie of all time, hands down.
Yeah. I mean, Scrappy Kid. Scrappy Kid is rating with a party of 7.
Thank you for the raid, Scrappy Kid.
Welcome to the party, pals. Let's see.
Perfect segue.
Oh my gosh! Beatles are catching up. It looks like it's neck and neck.
It's neck and neck.
It ended with a tie between Beatles and Christmas movies.
Oh my gosh!
Wow.
What is it going to be?
The people didn't speak, and honestly, I've been thinking about nothing but Beatles ever since finishing that 9-hour epic of Get Back. So
let's do the Beatles. Let's do it.
Folks, remember, you can always spend your channel points and request another top 3, and we will be sure to put Xmas movies in the top 3s until either it happens or until it's December 26th, I guess.
That's right. Yeah.
All right.
I want to thank Centaurus VIR7 for the subscription with Prime. Thank you again. Folks, just a friendly reminder, if you have Amazon Prime, you get 1 free sub per month here on Twitch. So we're going to do Beatles songs. Top 3 Beatles songs.
Okay. Well,
I feel like I know my number 1, but the number 2 and 3 I have to think about.
All right. Well, let's, And now, are we going to have to share this top 3? I know that's what we do with the top 10, but, I mean, this is Beatles songs. Come on.
You got your 3, I got my 3, yeah.
Well, okay. Well, my number 1 Beatles song of all time, by far, is Eleanor Rigby. Eleanor Rigby destroys me. If I sing along with Eleanor Rigby, I will literally burst out in tears. I'm actually getting, just even talking about Eleanor Rigby is giving me, the goosebumps. Died in the church and was buried along with her name. Nobody came. Father Mackenzie, wiping the dirt from his hands, he walks from the grave. No one was saved. That's got to be the single. No, stop it. It's beautiful. It's one of their earlier, more experimental things. Full orchestra. It's. I think it's their greatest work. What's your favorite of all time?
My favorite. So we're going to number 1, right? My favorite all time. Day in the Life. I think.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. Speaking of experimental, you take John Lennon's part and you take Paul McCartney's part, and they just smashed it together.
Yep.
And came just that break when he goes, got up, dragged a comb across my head. That whole section, and then it comes back with John Lennon singing just blew me away the first time I heard it.
Explosive build.
Yeah.
I mean,
at the very end, you get that big long chord. Oh, I love that song. I think it's fantastic.
Yeah, that would certainly be in my top 5. I mean, because I absolutely love it. Now, what I would want to do is just cheat and say, no, not Day in Life, the whole freaking medley. Basically the entire B-side of Abbey Road almost completely. But that's totally cheating. Yeah. I would not do that.
And I thought about saying that too, the whole medley on Abbey Road, but no, we're talking specific songs here.
Yep.
Eleanor Rigby is definitely my top 5, but I don't know if it's. Oh man.
I mean, I'm weird. I like works of art that make me cry. They make me bawl like a baby. I'm actually a little stuffed up just thinking about the lyrics.
Wow.
I mean, it's just so.
Do
tragic.
you remember the very first time you heard that song?
No, all my early Beatles stuff is just this weird mishmash. Because I think I told the story before. I was in high school. There was a local used record store. I got one. I don't remember which one the first one was. Probably Sgt. Pepper's. And this is so amazing. I would actually get the record. I'd record it onto, scratchy, terrible used record, record it onto a cassette tape, and then sell the record back to the used record store and use the proceeds to buy the next one. So I just went, I just like completely binged Beatles for like a year. Just awesome. So I couldn't tell you. But honestly, why do I feel like there's some kind of cartoon video for it? That it was like an excerpt from one of their films or something like that. I feel like I have visual images in my head.
Was it from
it was in Yellow Submarine, wasn't it?
Yellow Submarine.
It is in Yellow Submarine.
Where they have the little animated,
And you know what? I think that's probably, because I saw Yellow Submarine years before I ever knew who the Beatles were. And,
Same here.
And it was haunting. It was visually haunting as well. That. Oh, hey, Thinker Themer. All the hearts to you as well. Hey, everybody.
Thinker Themer.
My favorite. Looking forward to seeing you in Vegas. Amy and or Maggie. Again, I'm assuming Amy.
Cannot wait.
All right, so we have two. If we were going to be good, and we were just saying, okay, if we were defining, so this is a way we could do a top three: my favorite, your favorite, and now we have to argue about one. What is our third?
Yeah.
What is our combined list? I feel like we should do some early stuff. I mean, you got some late stuff. I've got some mid stuff.
Yeah. It's funny because I remember when I was a kid, I love all the early stuff because that's what I heard my parents listening to.
Sure.
But then as I dove into the Beatles, I started, oh, wow, the stuff where they started experimenting, that's the stuff I really like. Pretty much from Rubber Soul was great, but I really liked the Revolver album. I really liked that one. And then going from there, Sgt. Pepper's, then, the White Album. And of course, side 2 of Abbey Road, folks, like one of the great pieces of music that you'll ever hear. Just that whole medley is just amazing.
Yep. But again, okay, so okay. Obviously there's lots of stuff on the Beatles White Album I'd want to do, but no, an early one. Yeah. My first suggestion would be Falling. It's so lovely. And it's not what people think of a lot. Everybody just immediately goes to Twist and Shout, or Falling is so wonderful. They really harmonize so well together. It always, every time I hear it, I think, is this the Monkees? Of course, the Monkees are a knockoff of the Beatles, but I just really love that one. Do you have an alternate early you would suggest over Falling?
I would go with, and this is totally my sentimental side, my
that's a big part,
side.
Yeah, of course.
All My Loving. That's that one I really adore because that's the first one I can distinctly remember when I was a little kid. My parents playing it on an 8-track tape. That's how old this is. I remember
in the 70s,
they had an 8-track.
Was it in your car? Was it an 8-track tape in the car?
No, it was actually in the house.
Oh my gosh, that's even more peak 70s. That you had an 8-track deck in the house. Jeez.
Yeah. But that one, that song, you're talking about getting a little choked up. I'm getting a little choked up right now, Rahdo. That one will always remind me of my parents. I have a memory of them listening to that song, and they sort of like sing it to each other. Like they were like, I had this really funny memory. Yeah, where they're
your parents would duet on that song.
Yeah, but in a way that, so I was like, playing or something in the house, in the room. And I just remember looking at my parents, they were like just going about their business. I think my mom was cooking and my dad was like about to help set the table or something. And I just remember hearing them sing that to each other. It's like, just tears come to my eyes. I love that memory. And that's my number 2, All My Loving.
All right, well, then that's our number 3. We have the definitive, number 3. Written in stone forever. Number 3, All My Lovin'. Number 2, A Day in the Life. And number 1, Eleanor Rigby.
Yes.
All right. I guess I took the first one. You took the... that works out. That works out. Although, I feel like we could now be here the audience, of course, here comes Tibby talking about Paperback Writer.
Darth Malaku says, "While My Guitar Gently Weeps." That's definitely my top 5. I love George Harrison.
I will admit, George Harrison is not my favorite. I think he's a much more quiet. I mean, he is the most far out with all the sitars and all that. Although, Here Comes the Sun. I mean, we're ridiculous to not even consider "Here Comes the Sun" as one of their greatest as one of the greatest pop songs of all time. Quite frankly.
Yes, and I will argue he was actually the best Beatle by the end of their run. I felt like he was writing the best songs. He was ascending. Yeah.
I mean, and that's not to say that Paul or and John had peaked, but I mean, George was just coming. I mean, actually, so you watched the entire Get Back, right? You've seen it all.
Yeah, as much as I complained about it, I did watch the entire
My
thing.
we should have done top 3 favorite moments from Get Back. My number 1 favorite, which totally blew me away, was in the third one. Ringo coming in. Also, I just love that they constantly call him Richard or Richie. Nobody called him Ringo.
Right.
Behind the
it
scenes,
was Richard.
that was only for the cameras. They call. That's awesome because I always, I'm a Beatle because my name's Richard. But when he comes in saying, I've got an idea, I've got a hook for this Octopus's Garden thing, and he does that on the piano, that blew me away. They were all consummate musicians. I always just think of there's the one thing, but they can all do everything. And so he just bangs that out. And then George and he just start jamming and start talking about music theory and how to sculpt it. And it was like, whoa. I didn't expect that. My second favorite thing.
I love that moment as well.
Yeah, was in the first episode when they very briefly talk about Brian Epstein, how he's not there and how they really have to kind of grow up and they have to take charge. And they kept referring to him as Mr. Epstein over and over again. And it's like, that really caught me emotional that, they're still kids. They're in their 20s.
Yeah.
And they met him.
I know,
it's just incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing that really blew me away is like we're watching this, like they're not even 30 yet. None of them. And it's just so amazing. Like you think about just the output, the songs that they did and the entire run, just mind blown. Like some of the greatest pop songs in history. And here they are, not even 30, and it's like they haven't even peaked yet, I feel like. So,
it's amazing.
Now, having said that, I still have problems with 8 hours of seeing all this behind the scenes.
Yeah, we've already had that argument. You already,
had that argument. Peter Jackson, learn how to edit, my friend.
You already defeated yourself when you admitted you watched the whole thing regardless, so it couldn't have been that bad.
That's right. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, we are almost to another RVR. Some people have subscribed. We should say thank you to Araxo, CTR, and Centris, number 7. And Darth Meliku, thank you for getting us so much closer. And we didn't push the hype train very hard, but that's okay. People are too busy playing with their new toys. Anybody who came in a little late, if you're wondering what are all those things at the bottom of the screen, one of the perks of subscribing to the R&R to Rahdo's Twitch channel is you get an avatar that you can dress up and do little funny things and compete in contests and stuff like that. There's a bunch of them down there. But, okay, I think it's working okay. I'm the one with the little blue balloon. I think I've... I see Nazareth is starting to learn how that you can slingshot yourself around. You can drop bombs, although that costs a few points, and blow everybody up. Let's see. It is getting crowded. You know what? Maybe we should have another Battle Royale.
Yeah, clear it out. Let's start from scratch again. The Sea Otter has subscribed with Prime. Thank you, Sea Otter, for doing that.
Yep.
TC Viper has a question. What streaming service is the Beatles show on? It is on Disney Plus.
Disney Plus. Yep. Worth a month's subscription for Disney Plus just to watch that.
Wow. Here comes the Battle Royale. Look at that. Oh, there's a lot more.
There are. Wow. I mean, I was worried about. I mean, this is actually a fairly intensive processing this little program. I've set it to where there can't be more than 80. I don't think we're at 80 subscribers. I mean, we're at 71 viewers, so it's not like we've gone to the edge yet. Plus, a lot of people more people are viewing who aren't subscribers, so I think we're still fine. Yeah. Now, unfortunately, folks, you can't actually help yourself in this fight, as far as I know. It's pretty much just randomly determined. But whoever's the last blockhead standing will get, I forget, 100 avatar points that you can use to customize your avatar and stuff like that.
Wow.
Or you can be like Andrew and just gamble it all away on virtual slot machines and roulette wheels.
I like how Andrew's also trying to use the command attack, which I don't think actually does anything.
I don't know. I have no idea if that will actually work during a battle royale. But attack is something you can do normally. It's just if you attack somebody, you walk up and you just send them flying across the screen. The one thing I don't know is you can somebody's coming in with a health potion. I think we see a winner. You can actually buy swords and like weapons and stuff like lightsabers. I don't know if those actually help or if it's all just randomly determined. But there we go.
You got a winner.
Yep. See, folks, it was not rigged in Kabuki's favor. Kabuki is not unstoppable. All right. And then everybody comes back and you can go about your business. All right. Let's see. So we did a top 3. Okay.
Shall we redeem something else?
I'm sorry. Go on. What?
Should we redeem another thing?
Yeah.
How are we doing timing?
Let's see. We're still getting the ones from last week before we do the ones from this week. Do you want ranking or an argument?
Let's do a ranking.
Okay. Marking this ranking as complete. Let's go over to the Gaviola library. I'll bring that up. I if I'd been smart, I would have had it up to begin with. Let's see. Head over to the browser. This is the Gaviola library. And we got to scroll past all the stuff he has ranked. Folks, Ruel has a collection of like 500 some games. And he's only ranked about, around 100 of them or so. So we're going to pick some games, or we're going to come up with 3, and then you are going to choose the one game that will rank, and we'll talk about that game. We haven't made to the second page. Let's do some second page stuff.
Yeah, let's go there.
Okay, let's do some stuff here at the bottom. All righty. Can you see the screen, Ruel?
I can.
All right, I'm going to start making a poll for the folks. You tell me.
Okay.
All right. What do I need to delete that poll, and I need to wait. Oh, I never ended the old poll. Okay, I've ended the old poll. I didn't know I had to manually do that. All right. In poll. Cannot in poll. View results. Delete poll. Cannot delete poll. Poll management. View results. Or if I review results, can I then do it? All right. There's the vote breakdown. Fine. That's great.
We'll find out.
I would like to end the poll. I can't end the poll. The poll will not end. All right, folks.
Really?
That's really weird. And do I dare refresh this page? So I know there are chat command. Let's see. I know I could do polls via chat commands. What happens if I mess with that? Okay. Okay. This is created. All right. So I'm doing it with a different interface. What to rank? Pick 3 that you can see on the screen, Ruel, that you want to talk about.
Let's see.
Let me zoom in a bit.
Well, a couple of these I have not played yet. I'm gonna be honest with you.
All right.
These are all my
that makes it easier for you.
Opportunity. What do we got there? Juicy fruits.
Pick one from this page, and then I'll go to another random page.
Rift Force. We'll pick from this page.
Rift Force. Okay, and then we'll just scroll up a bit. Pick another one.
There's a little delay here. I can't.
Oh,
let
of
me
course,
see.
Yes.
Mickey and Friends Food Fight.
Mickey and Friends. All right.
Nothing but the heaviest games here
indeed.
on the show.
All righty. And then let's see. What? Okay, pick one from this page. I wonder what you're going to pick.
I want to do roll cam. No, you know what? Let's do Parks.
Of course, I knew that's what you were going to pick.
I love Parks. I love Parks.
Starting that.
I love roll camera too. Okay.
All right. So in theory, here it comes. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, the main interface wouldn't let me do it, but the old-fashioned interface let me do it. So that's cool.
It's showing it now.
All right. And you folks can decide what you want to see. You only had 2 minutes. Sorry. It didn't carry over my settings from the other one. But that's okay. We will decide. You will decide, and then we will rank one of these. And, yeah. I have to admit, I've never heard of Mickey's Food Fight. I do know Parks, and I do know Rift Force, though. So, it looks like Parks, no surprise, is an early lead. I think you got to get ready for that being the one that folks are going to choose. But remember, folks, you can use bits to pump up your vote if you want. Every bit you spend is a penny that gets us one step closer to unlocking the next Rahdo runs through. All right.
All right, so we got like another minute or so.
Thank you for the subscription, Sea Otter. Appreciate it. Hopefully you're enjoying your... I see these avatars are starting to get more decked out. Somebody's walking around with a broken eggshell. We got a pirate down there now. We got a baseball kid with a backpack ready for adventure. We got a surgeon.
Someone cracked an egg yolk on his head.
Yep. It's getting to the point where I can barely see myself. It's a good thing I gave myself that blue balloon.
Yeah. Wow, there's a lot of avatars in there. Okay, cool. So how we do on the thing here? We've got it looks like Parks.
I don't think there's going to be in the next 38 seconds a big runaway come from behind for Rift Force. So why don't you start explaining yourself? How is it? There's a Rift Force. No, and then Parks punches his way back up. The number one thing you have to do is, how have you not you played this like a dozen times online, and you just can't stop talking about it.
I love Parks. Yeah, I'm so bad at ranking games.
You are very bad.
It's just I need to. It's funny because I will log my plays in BG Stats, the app, but I will always forget to rank the games. But you know what? You'll be proud of me. I ranked 3 games yesterday all by myself.
Congratulations!
Just because. Thank you.
That's not something to be proud of, but I'll take it. Yep, Parks wins it with 52% of the people speaking. Okay,
thank you, people. All right.
I'm sure. I mean, is this going to be the first 9 you give during this thing?
It's going to be If it's not a 9, it's really close. So, but here's the thing. I'm going to back it up by saying this. I like it more with the expansion. I think the expansion takes it to the next level. As far as a gateway game, I think it's a rock solid 8.
Yeah.
With the expansion, it's really close to a 9 for me. Maybe like an 8.75. But we're just talking about the base game Parks, folks. It really reminds me a lot of Tokaido. Just very calm. You're walking around, picking up things, trying to set collect, and eventually visit all the parks. I'm gonna go. It's gonna be a high one for me. I'm going 8.0 for the base game. I really love this.
So
game.
that begs the question:
8.0.
how do you? I mean, when I rank my stuff, if I play the expansion, I roll that into my rating for the game. Because
do you really?
Oh yeah, because I mean, first and foremost, I do those ratings for me, but I know lots of people look at my rankings, and I mean, I don't think. I mean, if it's a good expansion, if it's an expansion that's worth keeping, I mean, I feel like, well, okay, the game is better now. So I ramp them in. But I'm not saying you have to, and obviously you choose not to.
Yeah, I'm choosing to go with what's on BGG here. It says Parks. I'm giving it Parks an 8, and then I will go and rank the Nightfall expansion.
Oh, so you do rank those separately? Okay,
I do.
That's the other thing. I literally can't be bothered. That is too much. Okay. Now me.
All right. So we did a Ruel Ranks. Thank you, friends.
I do not have Parks ranked because I did not keep Parks. I thought it was beautiful. I thought it was clever. Yep. I thought it would be great as a gateway game to have for if newbies came over and it would be a good introduction to the art form. But
yes,
I think it's a borderline terrible 2-player game. And I know you and I disagree on this.
Yeah. Now I will say it is better at 3 and 4. Absolutely. 2-player, and that's where I think the expansion does make it a little more playable. Actually, it does make it more playable for 2 because you have those extra actions and they change up the end game goals, which I think are a lot better in the expansion. So, highly recommend with the expansion.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Yep. I definitely, obviously, I need to try that expansion at some point.
I think
because I wanted to love the game as much. I mean, because it certainly deserves to. It was such a bummer. I mean, they gave zero thought. And it was just, I guess there are fewer tiles, if I recall correctly. The number of tiles scales based on player count, if I recall.
I think you do take one out. Yeah.
And that's just not enough. I mean, we never felt any tension. We never really felt, any urgency about anything. Now, I understand. Parks is supposed to be a relaxing game. And I guess in that regard, it succeeds, but it was just too chillaxed for us. I mean, to where we're like, why are we playing this? We have other relaxing games that really make us work harder. So it just wasn't a good fit for us. As Stacy says...
Have you played Trails?
Yeah. As Stacy says, Parks 2-player is a nice walk in the park. And that you're right. That is exactly what it is, and it totally achieves that. A nice walk in the park. Okay.
Yeah. Have you played Trails?
No, I have not. That's the new follow-up, right?
Yeah. They take a lot of the things from Parks. They just distill it down to a 20-minute game. They take some parts out, and that one's a lovely little filler game. I think it's another winner from Keymaster. Their production's just so good. I love the Trails as well.
Oh, I see we've got some bloodthirstiness in the crowd down below. Fidelia wanted to attack. Fidelia,
I see some attacks going
exclamation point attack space and bank space, and then the name of whoever you want to attack. Although, you could go for a hug instead of an attack. But you do you, Fidelia.
Yeah.
Okay. And I see Andrew is now experimenting with the fact that you can actually direct your meeples to walk left or right. And I think he's just tried to walk left 40 and then right 40. There's a hug. That's what we want to see.
Oh, there you go.
That's it. I believe that 40 means 40% of the screen distance, or is what that number is. Anyway, yeah. Oh my gosh. Can I do a mass hug? Because I can do mass things. I can do like mass jump
a hug
or
royale.
Other things.
Yeah.
I'm gonna. No, I guess I can't. I probably won't work because I can't do a mass of targets. So no, I can't do that. But let's just get it out of the way, folks. What I can do,
give it a shot. Yeah,
is a mass fart. There we go. All the farting. All the time.
Oh, there it is.
Yep. Oh, I forget. Yeah, you're seeing it with a slight delay, like everybody else is.
Delay. Yeah.
Yeah, I need to fix that so you can see it at the same time as me. But we'll worry about that. Yeah, a hug royale with cheese is clearly what we need. All right, so we are at 40 minutes in and we have not started working. We still need to do an argument, and then we are. All right. Oh, I have done the top 3. So if we,
Yep.
Yeah. Can you? I
Give
say,
the rank.
Can you think of an argument?
Gosh. This is a tough one. I don't know why the arguments are so tough.
I know.
Maybe
I need to increase the cost of the arguments because that's probably the hardest thing. Just because we agree way more often than not. Tell you what, folks. I think we need to start doing the show. When we get to the end of the show, or if we take a break mid-show, give some thoughts of something that you think Ruel and I might actually, come to blows over, and make some suggestions, and or give us some thought because, I mean, we're both a couple of Care Bears. We are way too,
totally.
laid back.
Just too nice.
Okay, so we'll come back to that. Oh, I'm sorry. What?
We do have to spin the prize wheel, correct?
Oh, hey, how about we give away an excellent prize? Maybe we should totally do that. Right. What was the prize? What was last week?
We were giving away. Wait, what was last week? Oh my gosh. It was.
Oh my gosh, I'm embarrassed. I don't remember. All right.
Let's just go to
R&R.Rahdo. I know what this week is, but we haven't even gotten to the show yet. Let's see. Last week was an upcoming Kickstarter. And it was a Kickstarter game. Oh, of course. It was Free at Last. Remember?
That's the one we're giving away.
Yes.
Free at Last.
One lucky winner.
That looks so good.
Let's check in and see how Free at Last is doing on Kickstarter. Free at Last. I mean, that, if you haven't heard about it, folks, that is definitely a game to check out. We talked about it quite a bit. Okay, it's at 20,000, so it's definitely funded. It's still got 7 days to go. It is a strategic cooperative card game about the civil rights movement and everybody working together, taking on the roles of 5 key civil rights organizations, and basically trying to make the world a better place. And the game is driven by cards that are all based on real times, places, things, but they have gameplay that's associated with them. So I love everything about this game. I mean, I love the idea of Twilight Struggle, but I have zero interest in playing Twilight Struggle. This is definitely something, much like Freedom the Underground Railroad, that is very, very exciting. And so it's definitely doing well, and we are going to give away 1 copy of this to 1 lucky winner. And you know what, maybe it's going to be an extreme collector's item, because I don't know if this is the kind of thing that's going to get a lot of, pull in the retail market. This might ultimately be a Kickstarter exclusive. Who knows? But anyway, let's go over to the Wheel of Names, which I've already queued up. And
good luck, everybody. Here we go.
All right. And I think this time the people can hear it spinning.
Okay. A lot of names on there. Cool. Let's see who gets it, folks.
Kathleen Vanderstraten. Vanderstraten. Congratulations, Kathleen. I really hope you enjoy the game. Cool. Thank you for reminding me of what we are actually here to do. And now suddenly our viewership plummets. But of course, that's not the case, because I got to stick around, because we're going to be giving away something new this week, which is another game on Kickstarter right now that I have done a run through for. I'm really excited about that. Let's see. I think we've done all of the absolutely essential stuff, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we gave away the game. We redeemed a couple of things for channel point things. We will come back to those after the show. And are we giving away something this week?
Yes, we are, but we'll talk about that during the show.
During the show?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. I will tell them right now, it's a copy of the 2nd edition of Palace of Carrara, folks. Which is very, very cool. Yes. Let's see. I see... Right. Oh, yeah. Andrew Scott is just working. Oh, he just caught the jump game. I've seen him slingshotting people. He is testing the limits of what we have here. I don't think anybody's dropped a bomb yet. You actually have to spend a few of your actual customization points to drop a bomb, but you blow yourself up and everybody just goes flying. That's all kinds of fun. Although now I think of it, it's also kind of dark. Also,
when we start doing the show, are you going to do like that basketball game or anything? Or
I think so.
Let people run around.
Although Andrew just asked, I don't know if it'll work. I'm curious. Will a mass bomb work? Let's see what happens.
We're going to find out.
No, it doesn't. Oh, yes, here they come.
Here they come. Yep. As everyone's starting to hug.
Oh no time for hugs. There we go. Yep. It's all in good fun. It's much more kaboom than you know what I'm talking about when I say kaboom, don't you?
Wow, did you reference Kaboom, one of the all-time great Activision games for the Atari? Yes.
Of course, this is the old man episode, weekly live stream. Kabuki knows what I'm talking about too. With the that Kabuki right there immediately. Any pop culture reference from your childhood, Kabuki knows. Okay,
love it.
Unfortunately, just our mass hug doesn't work because I can't. Hug requires a recipient, and the format doesn't allow it. I will literally ask the designer, because he has a Discord channel and he's really active on it. I'll say, could you? I mean, twice now people have on my first day, in my first couple of hours, people have requested a mass hug option, and just randomly pick. Everybody can just randomly go hug somebody. That would be awesome.
Nice.
Although the hug has a really big particle effect thing, so maybe a mass hug would be a bit over the top. It might bring my computer to its knees. Who knows?
I know. Okay. Oh, it's so fun though.
Okay, cool.
All right.
Let's see. Cool. All right, and I think. Okay, yes. So we're gonna start the show, folks.
Am I frozen?
Are you frozen? Oh my gosh, yes you are. You know why?
Yeah.
Because I minimized you. I bet you.
Oh,
I think. Okay. I didn't even think about it. I briefly went and I just checked the Discord because I was talking about Discord, and I thought, okay, everything's still fine there. And then I habitually close everything, but in this case, I habitually minimized. And apparently, if I minimize you, you freeze. So note to self.
Yeah, I'm back. Okay, cool.
Okay, so folks, we're going to start recording the weekly R&R show, and during that, we will not be interacting with you. You can see I just put a little note up at the top of the screen to remind latecomers that we're just going to be talking amongst ourselves, but you in the audience can continue to hug and fart and do other things. And as Ruel suggested, I should probably start out with giving you a little game to play, a real game, a game of true skill. It's called basketball.
Yeah.
What's going to happen is I'm going to type basketball. And then it's going to start. Anybody who wants to play will have, yes, Meeple Conrad, you have permission to fart. Go ahead. Unfortunately, it by default doesn't come with any sound effects. There were ways I could add sound effects, and obviously it wouldn't be very hard to find a fart sound effect. I have not done that. I think that's something that the audience will have to weigh in if they do want anybody to be able to fart at any given time. I do want to give the subscribers perks. Is audible farting a perk that is absolutely necessary? I'm not quite sure. All right. Anyway, so the basketball thing is going to come up. Everybody who wants to play is going to have a few seconds to type in. I forget exactly what it is. It's like exclamation point, join red or join blue. You join the red team or the blue team. Doesn't really matter. And it's kind of weird that people can't just I gotta make it sorted. Maybe that's an option I didn't see. And it might be team red, team blue. I think it's join red, join blue. Once it gets going, there will be a shot point where everybody shoots from and a basket. And what you have to do is you have to figure out the angle. I think an angle of 170 degrees with a power of 35. And basically, you type that in, you just 113 space 35, and you will launch yourself through the air from the shoot point, and you'll try to make a basket. Every time you make a basket, you get a point for your team. I think it's first to 7 points, or maybe it was 5 points, wins, and that team gets rewards. So we will get that going and see if it's working, and if so, you can play some basketball while we actually get to work. So let me give this a try.
You know, we're going to have to remember as well, as we're playing basketball, we need to make sure that the little caption at the bottom says what we needed to say.
Oh, yes. Yes, we do. Yeah, because we are out of the pre-show now, right? We are moving on into the real show. So folks can start joining. Right.
Go Team Blue.
Go Team Red. Team Red for Rahdo.
All right.
Although Red is also for Ruel, but...
Yeah.
All right. All right, I put the correct thing down.
Nice.
Okay, so they're going to start playing, and and everybody can just play. It's a real-time thing. Whoever's on teams, just start typing in number, space, number, press enter. There's a little bit of instructions right there in the chat about how to do it, and take your best shot. Don't worry, Gator Dave, we'll do another one. So far nobody's taken a shot. Is it not working? Oh wait, I see Andrew's taking a shot, and he missed. Swing and a miss. Here they go. Yep.
Hilarious. Oh my gosh.
Okay, so folks, remember, the little flower tells you straight up and down is 90 degrees, straight left is 0 degrees, straight right is 180 degrees, so you want to try and find the right angle. So a greater than 90 degrees is going to be propelling you to the right. Less than 90 degrees is going to be propelling you to the left. Okay. Although, you could maybe ricochet off the left wall. Oh my god, somebody almost did it! There we go. We have our first point, and
nice.
And the game continues. All right.
Correct.
Right. So this is actually very distracting for us now as well.
Oh yeah. How
right.
fun though.
Yes, it is all good, silly fun. And after a shot is scored, the shot spot and the basket, they randomly choose new positions, basically.
Okay. And then at when they reach 7, the game is over.
I think the game is over and one team won. And I don't think it matters which wins, but whoever got the most baskets, period, gets like an MVP bonus, something like that. I don't remember. I set all this stuff up at like 2 a.m. last night, trying to get everything going. So it's all kind of a blur. Right, and I think Dungeon Sound Systems has said it best with, this is all good fun, but how about we actually talk about some board games, because that's kind of why we're here. You're right, sir. Let's get to
good
that.
Call.
Okay, so, Ruel, it's good. Shoot, there's one more thing. We haven't come up with a secret word.
Yeah, I forgot who. I just saw someone mention it. They were talking maybe Royale as the secret word.
Royale?
Yeah.
Royale.
I don't know how
I can do Royale. I can do Royal.
Royal? Okay.
You want us to do Royal?
Yeah, let's do Royal.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right, and so I'll be at some
point
saying Royal. Don't worry, folks. If you don't know what that means, we'll explain when the show starts. It's an extra contest, and it's how you'll win a very, very cool prize, like Catherine did a little while ago.
Yep.
Let's see. Where am I going to say it? I need to make a note of when I'm going to say it. Right. There we go. Oh, no, I've got even better one. All right, there, Royal. All right, cool. Oh, and I guess you'll go first. So I am entry number 9, number 7, number 5, number 3, and number 1. Okay, and you've got your list ready to go?
I am good to go.
Okay, so we're going to start. We are going to, say, hey, everybody, this week's episode sponsored. We're sponsored by Gamer Glass today, folks. My wife is sponsoring the show, and she's got a cool giveaway she's doing also for, like, last-minute gift buying. And then we'll say, so we'll do that, and then we'll say, but folks, the big deal is we're giving away a new game. It is Palaces of Carrara 2nd Edition. I'll put that on screen. Very excited about it. It's live on Kickstarter right now. It does a lot of really cool stuff, yada, yada, yada. And now how do you win? Ruel will talk about how it wins. I got to stop Monopoly. I got to let Ruel, Ruel knows how this stuff works. Oh, that's a tough shot. You have to bank it off the wall because you can't shoot at the bottom of the... at the bottom of the hoop, so you got to bank it. But those are fun shots. Alrighty, anyway.
We should just do an R&R show where we just call the action of the avatars.
It would be a lot less work for us, quite frankly. Yeah, there we go. Let's see here. So we do that, and then we go. We start with the top 10. You'll be number 10. I'll be number 1, and then we say thanks for watching, everybody. See you next week, and then we come back, and we might have a break midway through to see how everybody's doing in chat. Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Alrighty, let's see here. Then let me go on ahead over here. Oh, I think that might disappear for a second too, but that's okay. Right, where are we? I need to go to what's the first thing? Oh, it's box cover. Box cover. Hey everybody, this week's episode of the R&R Show is brought to you by Darren Glass. All right, okay, here we go. Hey everybody, this week's episode of the R&R Show is brought to you. No, crap. I messed it up. No, I didn't. Okay. Oopsie. I'm a little out of practice. I'm not going to lie. The basketball thing is a little... Oh, but the basketball game is over. A victory for Red. I don't know if everybody on Red gets 100 points. Or maybe that's divided amongst everybody.
There's your MVP as well.
But there is an MVP. Wisdomatic got an extra 50.
Nice.
All right. Well, okay, folks. We haven't started yet.
Maybe you should take the game off.
Maybe so. That's...
Just do the
It's a small picture on my window, but it's really distracting. So, yes, Kabuki, this is all new to me. I mean, certainly today is a whole lot of firsts. Okay, and congratulations to whichever team won, and feel free to customize. Again, it's action. There's exclamation point commands get you a URL that gives you like a more in-depth list of things, but just exclamation point actions tells you what you can do. And if you have an avatar, scroll down. You should have a little customizer so you can, play dress up. Okay, I'm going to try this again. It's thing, then the thing, then the thing. Okay, and there's no basketball to distract me now. Good. Hey, everybody. This week's episode of the R&R Show is brought to you by Gamer Glass. And hello, Ruel. How you doing, man?
Good. Man, how's it going?
It is going very well indeed. This is a very interesting episode of the R&R Show. For folks who watched live the day before we put it up on YouTube, we're trying all kinds of crazy experiments. If you want to, have some of the fun, check us out on Tuesdays at 12 noon Pacific Coast time. There's all kinds of really fun stuff we do, especially for subscribers. You get exclusive content, you unlock extra videos that will appear on the channel, and we've now introduced all kinds of fun little mini games people can be doing while watching. But you're watching this on YouTube the day after we were live because you're here for the games. You just want to hear about what new top 10 topic is it going to be. Well, we are happy to oblige, but before we do that, I have to give a quick shout out to our sponsor, which, as I said earlier, is my wife, Gamerglass. And I am absolutely in love with the work my wife does, making all these fun little figurines that are just a great way to accessorize your board games. She makes little meeples. She makes meeple replacements. A lot of people love her googlies, which can stand in the place of like scoring discs and stuff like that. She's got a wide variety of stuff that you can check out on her Etsy store, which you get to just if you follow the link that's on screen right now, gamerglass.art. That will take you to her Etsy store, and not surprisingly, her stuff makes for great gifts as well. Now, for the record, obviously, I'm very biased here, but am I speaking out of turn, Ruel?
No, I do. I was just going to say, I think these things are lovely. I really want to get a set. A quick question. Do you know how long it takes Jennifer to do a set of these? Like, I imagine it's a pretty intensive process.
Like what's on screen right now? A set of 4?
Yes.
That would be a solid day, I think. Although the tricky thing is, especially if you do custom requests, you can do general ones or you can do customs. She will usually make 3 or 4 different ones, send pictures to the person so they can choose the particular one, and then the other ones will end up going on sale later on down the line. So it depends on how big the job is, if it's a custom job versus a standard job. But yeah, she's up there. I mean, the only problem is the more people buy, the less time she has to play games with me so I can film stuff for the show. But that's something that, that's a good problem to have, quite frankly.
I was going to say, that's a good problem to have.
Yep, and we might have a bit more of it because, in honor of sponsoring the show this week, Jen is doing a 1-week special on her Etsy shop. If you go there to gamerglass.art or, let's see, I should actually put the full address on the screen, shouldn't I? Like a grown-up. It is https://etsy.com/shop/JenniferHamGlass. Right? So if you go to that URL, if you see anything you like, go ahead and buy. During the checkout process for the next 5 days until the 15th, I believe is when she said, if during the checkout process, you on the checkout page add Rahdo as a note to seller, she will throw in addition to whatever else you bought, a special gift with purchase. She's not going to say what it is. I asked her, can I tell people what? She said, nope, it's going to be a surprise. There will be a holiday surprise showing up if you order and use the, where is it? There we go. There it is. I have the wrong pictures queued up. If you use the term Rahdo, when you're checking out, there will be add a comment to the seller. And if you put Rahdo in as the comment, she'll flag that. And in addition to whatever you ordered, she'll throw in some extra glassy cheer. Whatever it is, it'll be made of glass. It'll be beautiful. And hopefully you will enjoy that too. So that's something she is offering basically for fans of this show because nobody else is going to know about it until December 15th. And I believe December 15th is the last day that she can guarantee, or the post office guarantees that something you buy will make it in the continental U.S. If you're not in the continental U.S., it's probably a little too late to get it in time for Christmas, but if you are ordering a Christmas present, you've still got a shot, and you can get that special bonus, which is what Jen is offering to support the show, sponsor the show, and just to spread a little bit more holiday cheer. So that's very nice.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, those look so wonderful. I'm eventually gonna have to get a set for myself. I think they just look so cool, and just knowing how much work she puts into it, just so neat. So friends, yeah, we're gonna be giving away now. I don't want to talk out of turn here. Now I'm a little confused. What are we giving away this week?
That was a special bonus. we are, as
Oh,
always, giving away a new game. And we should probably tell the folks what that is, too. Yes, every week on this show, folks, we do a giveaway contest. This week, the contest, let me see if I've queued it up here, is, Palaces of Carrara, 2nd edition. One lucky viewer of this program is going to get a chance to win. This Kramer and Kiesling, is it too early? Is 2012, is it too early to say classic? It's certainly excellent. It's been out of print forever, and it's definitely, for a lot of people, a grail game. It's doing really well on Kickstarter right now. It's a lot of fun. I did a run-through for it back in 2012, my original edition, which I've held on to all these years. But the new edition, has gotten, a big makeover, but it's also, Kramer and Kiesling have revisited it and added a bunch of new additional gameplay features as well. So, you have the potential to play the original or this new advanced version that adds like an area control element, all kinds of extra stuff. So, like I said, one lucky winner will be getting a copy of Palaces of Carrara. And if you don't win it, by all means, go check it out on GameFound. By the way, I think I've already said incorrectly once that it's on Kickstarter. No. When I did my run-through for it, I said like 20 times, check it out on Kickstarter. It's on GameFound. It's on GameFound. So do a Google search for GameFound Palaces of Carrara. You can go learn more about the game. But, Ruel, how do they win?
How do they win, folks? As you watch the show today, one of us we're going to say the secret word, and we're going to tell you what the secret word is. But it's up to you to tell us what game we're talking about when you hear the secret word. The secret word for today is Royal, Royal, and at one point, one of us is going to say it during the show. And whatever game we're talking about, or whatever thing we're talking about, you have to note that and send it to an email to contest@rahdo.com.
That's correct.
So whatever item. So I should let's. I mean, we're not. Yeah, we're going to be talking about different items today.
Yes.
Right.
Oh, we haven't even announced what the top 10 is, of course.
Yeah.
Although people know if they've clicked on the video. We're going to be talking today about our top 10 favorite game accessories. It just seemed very appropriate considering we're sponsored by, well, as far as I'm concerned, the best board game accessory maker in the world. But again, I'm a little biased there. Jennifer M. Glass, check it out at gamerglass.art. So, like Ruel said, at some point during our top 10 countdown, one of us will say the word Royal. At that moment, whatever we're talking about, you need to send that accessory, whatever accessory it is, as the subject of an email to contest@rahdo.com. And, that's what it says down there at the bottom of the screen right now. Folks who are watching live on Twitch, don't worry. People tomorrow can see, I know all your avatars are covering up the words, but in the YouTube video, all your avatars will disappear. YouTube viewers, what avatars are you talking about? Check us out live on Tuesdays. It gets crazy in here with all the extra behind-the-scenes stuff. Anyway, so listen, when one of us says Royal, make a note of what accessory it was. Send that as the subject title to contest@rahdo.com. Does that make sense? Do you think we got it, Ruel?
Yeah, I think we got it. So as we talk about the accessories, we will have it listed at the bottom there, like number 10, number 9. It'll say the accessory. Just type that in to the email when we say Royal.
Yep. So, if you're not quite sure, look at the bottom of the screen. Just spell it however we spelled it. Unless, of course, we made a typo, which we might do, but spell it appropriately. But, don't worry. If you get close, then I will catch it. You will be entered to win a copy of the excellent Palaces of Carrara, which we'll be doing the drawing for next week. You will have until Tuesday, the 14th, to get that entry in if you want to win. So, I think, without further ado, we can actually start talking. So, are you ready, Ruel?
I am ready. Let's do this.
Yeah, so I'm curious. So obviously game accessories means a lot of things. I think the biggest thing we had to decide was, and I wasn't quite sure which way you were going to go. Are you like talking about just broad categories of things, or do you have like very specific things you really love, or what?
It was a really interesting mix this week. I was trying to go for specifics, but then I ended up saying, well, there's some general stuff as well. And then I actually have a couple that may not totally be, they're more like, I guess, board game adjacent. So I got some surprises for you, I think. So
okay.
I try to do a little bit of both, a little bit of everything, and we'll see as we go into the list here.
All right, cool. Right. So yeah, I think for the most part, these entries are general, but I have a specific instance of it that I especially love. So that's pretty much how I broke it down. Okay, then. Why don't you take the number 10 spot? Tell us, buddy, what is the 10th best board game accessory in the world?
the 10th best board game accessory in the world, in my opinion, is number 10. Now we just So yes,
It's okay. It's okay. The folks will forgive us. Ruel has to literally, he has a special notepad open where he has to type in the name of it, and he got so wrapped up in the moment he forgot to queue up the name of the accessory.
I'm doing it. It's giving me an error. It's saying couldn't save text data to cloud service.
What? Of course it did that. That's the joys of playing live. All right, well then tell you what, I'll type it in, and maybe I'll get it wrong.
Let me try
Ruel, what is your number 10?
Okay, my number 10 is a board game bag.
Board game bag. All right.
Yeah.
Can you show us the board game bag?
Look at this.
Oh, I see.
I have a board game bag.
Okay.
This particular one is from BoardGameTables.com. They sell more than tables at BoardGameTables.com. They actually do games and bags, and this is my favorite gaming bag because I like this one because it's, as you can see, it's goes horizontally rather than vertically.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all can see some of the games I have in here. But what I love about this bag is on the very back here, I don't know if you can see, it has this luggage strap here, so I can put it on like a piece of luggage, and it goes, the handle goes right through it, so I can just roll it around.
Oh, I see.
On top of the luggage.
And you treat that as a carry-on, basically.
Yes, basically as a carry-on. And also when I go to local game nights, well, now that I'm going to start going again, now that everyone's vaccinated and stuff, I actually put on like a little hand truck, and I just slide it on there, and I just hand truck my games around to game nights and stuff. I think these game bags, they're wonderful. They're so much better than I literally used to use just those plastic grocery bags, to haul games around. These, it's a better protection. And they do have extra pockets, so you could have, like a pocket with, dice or like pens or pencils or whatever, just a little accessories on that. So
let me ask you this:
that's my number 10 accessory, a board game bag.
And folks, the particular one that Ruel was talking about, there is a link for that down in the show notes if you want to go see more information about that particular brand and model. I'm curious, as we talked about, or I briefly mentioned flying with it, is it size that it will be allowed as carry-on? Sometimes those game bags are too big for that.
Yeah, I believe this one is size to it. I don't want to say for sure because I haven't actually traveled with this one. This one I just used locally.
Oh, okay.
But I believe it. Just looking at it, just eyeballing it, it seems like it would pass the test. But don't quote me on that.
Okay. Cool.
All right.
Well, that's a good number
9.
I was number 10 rather. Let's move on to my number 9, and it is game mats. I love game mats. Let's see. Did I actually? Yes, I did. Yeah. I did put that on screen. And I mean, I don't have to go any further than to show you this one right here that I've got on the table. I own 2 of these. This is a particular brand, the Overpowered game mats. I did a run through for them when they were on Kickstarter. And as I understand it, they're going to be doing another Kickstarter pretty soon. Now, the thing that's great about Overpower mats is when you order them, you can get them custom made to perfectly fit whatever shape table you have, even weird esoteric shaped tables, and you can get emblazoned on it any particular visual you want. Now this one I just have black, so it doesn't really show it off very well because that's just for filming, but let me see, do I have my picture of my other one, the one that we use? Yeah, that's the one that Jen and I play on all the time, and I absolutely love it. That was she spent a couple of hours on the Adobe stock photos site until she found that one, and it turns out it's so incredibly popular that it's one of now the standards they offer, and it's really cool because hey, if you're blue, you sit at one side; if you're yellow, you sit at the other; if you're red, you sit on one; if you're green, you sit on one. We actually chose it with that in mind. But again, you can get anything put on these, although they won't put like dirty stuff or stuff that would be subject to license approval issues. But if you want to have a big Super Cthulhu thing and you've got some custom art for it, you can cover your table with that. So that's why I especially love the Overpower mats. But the thing I actually love about mats more than anything else, the reason I think they are worthy of being a great accessory is for years, Ruel, when we were in Malta, we played on glass tables and they were beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. But the number of cards that I have just ripped the heck out of trying to pick them up off of a hard surface, because you're just constantly nicking them and all of that, because Spoiler alert, folks. Card sleeves are not going to be on my list. I'm not a sleever. I like touching the naked card. But I mean, that was the biggest source of damage was, just constantly nicking them. The beautiful thing about a soft matte table is you never nick them because you can just kind of, because there's give on the foam. Also, this is a big thing for my wife. We love rolling dice, but my wife hates the sound. Here's the sound of rolling dice on this. Practically non-existent. A nice, lovely little thud. So it basically turns our entire table into a very pleasant dice rolling zone. And also, this is kind of as an aside, if, like me, you're ever playing against Jen and losing miserably, and it's just, you can just lay your head down and rest. And it's so much nicer to rest on a nice, cushy surface, I find. That's a nice little benefit, too. Yeah, I honestly, I never really cared much about game mats. I know there's kind of like, people get like little small ones to play Magic the Gathering on, and I never really quite understood the point. But when Overpowered contacted me, I said, yeah, we'll give it a try, and Jen found the perfect color for us, and we tried it out. I mean, we fell so hard in love. I can't imagine going back and playing on a hard surface anymore, just because this is so nice. It just feels good. And then, again, the fact that you can again, links are down in the show notes if you want to check out Overpower. As far as I know, they're the only one. I mean, lots of mats can be gotten with like stock photos that they offer, but Overpower lets you customize everything, which really puts them a cut above, and that's why they're my number 9, the Overpower game mats.
That's cool. Yeah, I have to agree 100% with you when it comes to play mats. Just the fact that it does have that little give, and I'm also a non-card card sleever as well. I like to feel the cards in my hands, and to pick them up off a mat is 100 times better than picking them off a table. And I have my playmat right here. I sometimes use this as a blanket. This is the playmat from Blood Rage.
Oh, so you keep it
ginormous, and it's perfect for that game. I love playmats. If I can play on a playmat for every game, I would.
Yep. Okay. Well, cool. Then you agree. Okay. All right. So far, so good. Right. What's your
so
number
far
8?
So good. I'm good. My number 8 is a dice tray. A dice tray.
All right. Of course. A classic dice tray.
A classic. This one, again, it's one of those things. It's just nice to have. It feels. I like throwing it in a dice tray because you keep it here. It's not going to hit all the other pieces on the table. You may knock over components. Like I've had a few games in the past where I may have thrown dice and maybe hit the scoring markers, and that is not a good thing. You don't want to hit your scoring markers, victory point markers. This one in particular, this is a wood dice tray, but as you can see, I'm like Jen. I don't want to hear those the racket of the dice. So what I did, I just cut out a piece of felt and put the felt in here, and all of a sudden, it's quiet as a mouse.
So you dice trays are fun. DIY at home.
A little DIY, yeah. Now, speaking of dice trays, the one that you had on the show recently from C4 Labs, the one that one.
Should I go grab that and show the folks?
If you can, yeah.
Hold on a second. I'll be right back. Vamp for a bit.
Yeah, you'll be right back, folks. That tray looks fantastic, and here's this. Rahdo was talking about last time. Jen as a craftsperson, she can recognize the quality of that dice tray, and I saw it. And I was like, wow, just eyes popped. So, yeah, the dice trays. I love these. They're easy to transport. Like I'll just throw them like that bag that I have. I'll just throw them in. Throw one of these in there. It makes an easy way to keep your dice on the table, and not have them go all over the place or hit markers. And stuff.
I can imagine you doing that with a low rent one like that, but you would not do that with the C4 Labs.
C4.
This thing beautiful. Is the ultimate in luxury dice trays. This is vegan leather to dampen the sounds, all handcrafted. Every single one of these, custom joinery on every piece. Comes with different wood types, so you can mix and match. This is absolutely stunning. They sent me this. This is a prototype because they're on Kickstarter. I think that Kickstarter's over. I'm not sure. But when Jen was there, when I opened the box, she said, "Oh my God, what is that?" And I explained, and she said, "We don't have to send that back, do we?" I'm like, no, we don't. This is a super premium item, but it is the Rolls Royce of dice trays. They highly recommend it. Woo.
Yeah, that is beautiful. Yeah, so that's my number 8, a dice tray. Number 8 board game component or accessory.
Okay, cool. Well, then let's go on ahead and move on to my number 7, BoardGameGeek. die or card holders. I love
Oh,
these things.
yes.
Have you seen these?
I have seen them. Yes, I
I have
want
tons
some
of them.
actually.
Oh my gosh, these are so good.
Yes.
And I don't know why it's fun to do this, but this is not their fundamental purpose. Oh, oops, I was forgotten to make us full screen. Sorry, I didn't make you full screen on the last one. I'll get you on the next one
it's
so
all
you can
good.
show stuff off better. But hey, well, let's rewind a bit and really show this baby off. Look at that thing. Oh, it's so gorgeous.
What's the material? Is that silicone or whatever?
What? Oh, you mean the little feet?
Oh, you're the little card holder things.
Oh yeah. Okay, we're moving on to the current topic. Sorry, I was living in the past.
I got it.
Yes, I believe
No
these
worries.
are silicone. You can get these at the BoardGameGeek store. A lot of people don't realize BoardGameGeek has a whole store that sells tons of accessories. It's like probably arguably the premier board game accessory store online. And I mean, there were a lot of things I could have talked about, but of everything they've got, these are our favorites. Because they're one, they have a really nice feel. The silicone, they come in a wide variety of colors, but their functionality is just off the charts. Because again, we play a lot of card games, and it is like a 2-hour game that has secret objectives. It is very nice not to have to constantly just keep looking at those cards over and over and over again, but just to set them up like this and just chill out and relax. They're all right there. There's 2 lines. You can have multiple rows. You can put small ones in front, big ones in the back. But then also, this has the extra added benefit for people who are really organization-minded of having all these little trays. So as you collect different things, you can put them in the different trays and all of that. Not necessary. It's a bit overkill. But look at this. I'm moving it around, and they're still holding up. I have had some card trays where like, whoop, oh, the whole thing fell down, and these things are just fantastic. They're perfectly engineered to work. We've tried a lot of different card trays over the years. These are our favorites. I will give a special mention runner-up for Uberstax. I don't know if you know about this one.
Oh yeah, I remember Uberstax.
Yeah, these are very cool. You buy them as a set of all these individual little pieces that can snap together to make any number of different configurations. You can make double and triple decker card trays. If you're using really heavy things, you can buttress them by putting more stuff behind. You can mix and match colors. They're very, very cool. I like them a lot because they have all this flexibility. But it turns out, they're over-engineered for what Jen and I need. This was just simple and elegant, and when you put them away, they take up no space at all because they don't collapse on anything. They're just really nice and tidy. So card trays in general are a huge deal for me and Jen. Our current favorite is the silicone ones from BoardGameGeek. Runner up for Uberstax if you want the ultimate in customizability. And that I stand by it. What do you think of that song?
I love those, and I need to get those because Michelle is actually always saying that she wants card holders because her hands are small, and when you have like a lot of cards, it's like really hard to hold. I'm just thinking, like Ticket to Ride, when you have a ton of cards, it's so much better to have it on a card tray. Yep. Those look fantastic. I love the fact that they have those extra little trays for your bits and stuff. Mm-hmm. You know what? I think you've sold me. I'm gonna right after the show. I'm gonna go buy some.
Yep. Cool. Yeah, again, folks,
awesome.
There will be links for that down in the show notes too. If you'd like to see a little bit more about them or the Uberstax, I highly recommend them too. They're a very specific use case, which might be perfect for you. All right, so that was number 7. What's your number 6?
Number 6 are upgraded coins, or
really
money.
Upgraded coins.
Yeah. Here.
Okay, let's take a look at your pretty preciouses. What do you got?
Iron clays right here from Brass Birmingham. From Roxley. These are some of the best that I've seen. These are very close to poker chips, and I used to play a little poker back in the day.
Wait a minute! What was going on there? These? I thought I started to see some poker chip.
Little poker chip tricks. Yeah. So these things, they feel like poker chips. They are so much better. I feel like they're so much better on a game when you're playing a game. It just gives that nice heft and feel as you're, bidding or during an auction or whatever. Yeah. And for me, I go back to my old poker days and I start doing little chip tricks. And I'm so rusty. I don't know if I can still do them, but it's just something to fidget with. But they come in different denominations, so they have like a 1, 10, 20, and so forth. So you can use these for any game. I know that all my friends that play 18xx games, they swear by these chips.
Now, I gotta say, I gotta stop you here. You said this is upgraded coins. Are we doing upgraded coins, or are we doing poker chips specifically?
I guess I mean coins or slash chips. Because I could also pull out my copy of Viticulture and I have the upgraded coins there.
Uh-huh.
So we'll call these we can call these chips as well. I think of them. How
Well,
about
okay,
this
we'll just
upgraded
leave it alone.
currency?
We'll leave them as upgraded coins.
Yeah,
I know exactly what you're talking about. I've got that
I
super
love
deluxe
these.
updated version of brass. I mean, those
Yeah,
things are absolutely stunning. I mean, when you were playing with them, you feel like you're royalty. I mean, they're literally for royal
right.
players, and
Yeah.
I'm very impressed by them. But how do you compare? I mean, so you prefer chips to metal coins, like the stuff that Red Raven Games does, or all that?
Yeah. It really, it's funny. It depends on the game. So like brass, I love these chips. But then if I play Viticulture, I love the Stonemeyer, like the actual metal coins that they have there.
Yeah.
And I guess it goes with the theme or whatever. I think the poker chips go really well with, maybe it's just ingrained in me. Train games, you're thinking about like paper money, paper currency. It's
Yeah.
like, that's no one wants to play with paper currency. So you get these nice ironclays from Roxley and your gaming experience will never be the same. So that's my number 6, the upgraded currency coins slash money slash yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
there it is.
I think you made yourself clear. Okay, well, let's
Yeah.
move on to my number 5, which I'll be honest is maybe a little on the personal side. It's the chicken cup. I don't know if you're longtime
I
fans
was
of my
wondering if
show.
this was gonna make it. I love this.
I
This is
thought
great.
about it. I mean, and it's so very specific to us. This is
Yeah.
a lovely coffee mug that Jen and I found when we were in Prague many years ago on a road trip, and we were just walking around a flea market, and we saw a stand, and there were a couple of, I think there were sisters, artisans, sculptors, clay sculptors, who had a wide range of stuff. And Jen saw this and was missing her chickens back home and fell in love with it. We actually ended up buying 2. This is one of them. And at the time, my wife, she just collects coffee cups. She loves having a big collection of mugs, to remind her of places we've been. But cut to, and so nothing really special about this, other than, it's just a cute mug. A couple years later, when I start doing Rahdo runs through seriously, when I first started filming, I always had one hand had the camera, and the other hand I was just trying to manipulate things with one hand, and it was always impossible for me to film stuff, that had draw stuff out of a bag. It was just a nightmare for me, trying to put the camera down or hold the camera, and then it was just, and so and Jen said, well, just use the mug. And she just happened to be out. It was the one that happened to be out, and so I started using this, and everybody fell in love with it. It kind of became, an iconic part of the show. And here's the deal, folks. You may be thinking, well, why is he talking about this? Beyond my own personal connection to this wonderful little cup that reminds us of really wonderful time in our life and made my life so much better as a filmer, I would argue nice, big, well-designed cups that are easy to reach in and move are a great accessory for anybody. Any board gamer should have them, because reaching into cloth bags is crap. It's garbage. I hate it. I can't stand it. I've got big, gigantic, look at them compared to the size of my head, meaty paws. There have been many games where, honey, could you pull that out for me? I literally can't get the pieces out of the bag. But even big, proper sized one, you pull out and there's little bits of thread come out, or you're always worried, is there some piece that's stuck in a corner, and this is so superior. You fill it up, you put it on far enough away that everybody can reach it, but nobody can see what they're reaching. It just feels good. It feels good. These are really nice because it has a nice, soft, rounded edge, so you can just slip and slide them. They don't get stuck in corners or anything like this. I hate having to draw stuff out of cloth bags because I've been using this for my show for so long. And we use this for all of our gaming now. This is constantly on our table. One, it's just a lovely, it's kind of if we ever had kids, it would be an heirloom for us. But I highly recommend it, not just for the nostalgia factor or for the fun kitsch factor, but because it literally does improve your games. If you've never tried it, if you just never given a second thought to using, the cloth bags that come with the game, just go check out your coffee mugs. If you've got one that has a nice smooth inner side so it's really easy to pull stuff out, I think you also might have a hard time going back. And that's why the chicken cup is, as silly as it is, my number 5 on the list.
I'm so glad you put the chicken cup there. I was wondering if you were going to add that in there.
Yep.
That's so fun. And it's. I mean, that looks almost like. I mean, I always thought it was like a soup mug because that thing looks ginormous.
I think that actually, I do believe they refer to it as a bowl because, folks, like I said, check the show notes. The many years later, I discovered those two sisters, Polish sisters. What was it? Were they? We've been to so many European countries. I'm not quite sure now where we even got this. No, it was in the Czech Republic. Yeah. Anyway, though, they now have an Etsy store. Just like sponsor of the show, Jennifer Ham Glass has an Etsy store. So do they. There will be a link for that down in the show note. If you've ever seen this and thought, wow, I bet you there's no way I could get one of these. Yes, you can. I am sure over the years, these two sisters keep, why is this our best-selling item? Why do people keep buying this? We have so many other cooler things. But yeah,
it's great.
I love it. The chicken mug. What, sir? What is your number 4?
My number 4 is something that I think is almost for certain games a necessity. But this is an example here. This is Gentis. So my number 4 is an insert/organizer. Okay, so board game companies, they like to put terrible inserts in their games, and let's be honest, gamers, we throw out most of them, if not all of them.
I think you'd get plenty of pushback on that. I think there's a lot of completionists. No, it was part of it. Even if I hate it, I must keep it, and I must carry it with me to the grave.
I throw almost all of them out, folks.
Yes!
You can come at me, let me know.
Yep.
But something like this,
it's a good thing YouTube has disabled dislikes now, so that we won't have to see just how much hate is going to come your way that you would ever throw any part of the game away.
Let's talk, folks. I mean, look at this. This is so beautifully organized. It makes setup that much faster.
Yes.
I'm thinking of, like the one I have. I didn't want to put it on the screen because it would like literally hurt my arm. But the one for Twilight Imperium that I have, that cuts down setups time by I'm not going to say hours, but it takes setup to a whole new level. This one for Gentis Deluxify that came out a few years ago, or Gentis as we pronounce it here in Southern California.
Okay.
It's from Folded Space. I actually like Folded Space the best because these are like made of I think it's called foam core rather than wood, and it's lighter and it's cheaper. It's way more affordable, and I feel like they're easier to put together as well. You just need a little, pop in the little slots there, almost like a jigsaw puzzle, and then you put a little glue if you want that extra security. But look at this. All the bits are here, nice and neat. Again, if y'all are in an organization, this is your jam right here. Everything's nice and neat here. Each player will get their little tray full of their bits. You set it up, you get it to go, and then it makes cleanup that much easier too. I love inserts. I don't have them for all my games, but here's the thing. I have a friend, my buddy Daryl B. Gaiman. He makes these for himself, and he'll sometimes surprise me. Like I lend a bunch of my games to him, and I'll just lend him a game, and then it'll come back a couple of weeks later, and I'll open it up, and it's got an insert that he made himself from foam core, just like these. And I'm like, that's my boy right there. That's my buddy. I really appreciate that. So I love inserts. I don't always make them. I don't always buy them, but they are wonderful. That's my number 4, an insert or organizer for a game.
Yeah, I don't think we can put your buddy down in the show notes. I don't know if that's going to be a service he's offering to everybody.
No, that's just when I lend him my games. But Folded Space is, I think,
that's
a top-notch company.
Okay, well, there'll be links for them down in the show notes. I agree. I thought about putting these kind of things on. I'm really of two minds. I've always been kind of against them. To me, they're kind of superfluous because I'm a big fan of plastic baggies. I almost put plastic baggies in my top 5, but that was just too silly.
Yeah.
I want to be a little bit more. But I did end up covering some. And what the main thing you said there that is so powerful about them is it makes it so much easier to set up and put the game away. And I wouldn't have expected. I thought, yeah, sure, setup, but putting away gets easier as well. Now, my only problem with them is, how do you mix and match them with your with the number 10 on our list, which was board game bags? Because usually those inserts, they really don't last. They don't do that well if you put your games on the side all of a sudden. Is that not the case with the ones you're talking about?
That's a great point. For the ones that I have here, I've done a pretty good job of, I just make sure the games when I put them in my board game bag that they're not like on their sides or whatever. I put them so that it's easy to carry and they won't be knocked around as much. And again, I'm usually traveling locally or not too far, so it's not like they're like shifting in the middle of a plane or whatever. So yeah, I haven't had any, knock on wood, I haven't had too many problems with them.
Okay, well, cool. Then I will go for that. That sounds pretty good. All right,
All
then.
right.
Oh, that was number
So,
4, right? So we're moving on to
yep.
my number
We're on
3.
your number 3.
Okay, I love this one. This one is a really big deal for me. It's called Board Game Buddy, and it is an app. It is a digital app, and unfortunately, my green screen isn't working. I would just put my phone on the green screen, but I'll just kind of try and show it. This is a scorekeeping app, first and foremost. And you can see, actually, hey, the last game we played, Duck, that's me, 76 to Jen, 55. Yay, Team Duck. And, of course, one nice thing about using this, which I don't use it for, is I could save this game and I could log everything and all that, but that's not why I care about this product. The game is over, delete it, I don't care about it. It does a few different things. It has a game timer if you're playing real-time games. It has a first turn selector. It has a memory, so if you have people you play with a lot, you can include all of them, so you can do stats on individual people, all that kind of stuff. But I never bother with any of that. I just want the simple scoring, and as you can see, it's remembering, hey, it's always me and Jen. We start the game, and the most brilliant thing about this is, hey, yeah, I could just, let's see, this is kind of hard to do. All right, I could tap over here to increase or decrease, when you're doing final scores. That's not what makes this special. Instead, if you hit this little grid, you get this grid, and then you tap it, what I find is using this grid is the greatest way to calculate scores, the fastest, most efficient way. Because, for a lot of the big, heavy Euro type games that you and I really enjoy, you have a lot of situations where, okay, all right, so how many rhubarbs did you get? How many cows do you have? Okay, what's your points for real estate or whatever? And rather than having to type in 12 plus 3 plus 15, I just hit the 10. And then I hit the 11 for your next score. And 32, I hit 32. And then 5. And then 35. Or no, you said it was 39? There's 35 plus a 4. It's just incredible. This is the most brilliant thing I've ever seen. It's so simple. I've never seen anybody else do it. And when I've done tallying you up, I just hit this little button. And it's just kind of fun that it then accumulates the score. And there's your final score. And then we just do that for everybody. This destroys all other board game apps as far as I'm concerned. We use this thing all the time. It is pinned to my shortcuts on my phone because who needs to bother with piece of paper score things or tracks at the end of the game when it's so much easier to just go bip, bop. And, it has an immediacy to it. It's just really clever. Now there's a lot of other really neat features in this app. I mean, he's put a lot of stuff in. They're all quite nice. I don't care about any of them. I just care about making the end of the game when we're exhausted. And we're like, okay, we just need to figure out who won and get the heck out of here. What is going on? It's at that point that, okay, I'll just do this, bip, bop, boop, boop, and it's fun. It does a little countdown, the accumulation thing, and it's just a good way to end the game. And if I were so inclined, I probably should start saving the scores too, but I don't know that I want to face that reality. So I tend to delete the games after they're done. But yeah, it's Board Game Buddy. What is the name of the software developer? Beanbag or Big Beanbag Software. I mean, I can't recommend it enough. I absolutely love it. And yeah, that's why it is my number 3.
I'm blown away right now. I had no idea this existed.
Nobody does.
I need to. Yeah, wow. I am a fan of Board Game Stats, BG Stats. I use that to track all my games, but that doesn't have that functionality as far as like scoring and stuff. I just go old school. I use calculator, but that looks fantastic. I love that.
Yeah.
So
also,
I may be downloading that right after the show.
Yeah. In my experience, the developer has been really responsive too, because I've written him saying, "Boy, it'd really nice to do this," and then a couple days later, okay, that's in now. And I haven't actually spoken to him for a while. Maybe he's done with the project, but once upon a time, he was definitely Johnny on the spot. And cool. There's and I love this so much. You don't have to. It's totally free. It's just like and he doesn't like spam you with ads or anything. Optionally, you can pay whatever it is, $3. I totally paid it. I would have paid it 3 times over. It is so useful. I cannot recommend Board Game Buddy enough. And then we use it for real-time games too. We never have to figure out who's start player, but it has other functions too. It's really great. But that's it.
And does it link up to your BGG account so you can like log games?
That's a good question. I don't know. It seems like it would, but I've never had to. I've never looked. Let's see. Do I see any place? Choose who goes first. Reset scores. Delete. This game, I'm not actually playing this game of 97. Right, so if I do full game scoring, is there any place where I can? Yeah, that I am not certain. You'd have to check. And so maybe that's what keeps it from greatness. Because you're right. I mean, I know a lot of people love, just automatically, scoring and then uploading to BoardGameGeek. If it's not something that's there, it's something people should talk to him about, definitely. Oh, this is another cool thing he did as well. He does custom skins for popular games. The one that is there by default is Catan, so it does like a Catan-themed version that keeps track of the individual pieces and also makes it look appropriate to the game, too. And I think he's got several of those that you can download as well. And anyway, those game templates are another neat feature, which I've never played with. It's just such a great score-keeping tool. Wow. My number 2. What's your number? No, that was my number 3. What's your number 2?
That's a great number 3. My number 2 is a Laminator. This was definitely going to go on my list. Right at the top. Here's the one I have. Or actually, it's not even mine. This is Michelle's. My wife is a teacher, a longtime teacher, and a lot of teachers have these in their homes or in their schools or offices or whatever. I bought this one for Michelle years ago. It's still serving its purpose. It was relatively cheap on Amazon back in the day. I don't know what they're going for now, but this thing is absolutely, for me, a must, because we love to play roll and writes, and as much as we play roll and writes, there's going to be a time when you eventually run out of sheets. But you throw a couple of sheets in here, put some laminated sheets on them, they're going to last forever. You just need an erasable pen and an eraser. You're good to go. This also comes in handy for player aids. Those player aids, it's nice to have them laminated so you don't, if you have a couple of drinks or some food on the table, which, gamers, they're a little mixed bunch as far as that's concerned. But, I like to have them laminated just in case. And just the wear and tear of, handling player aids. You have these laminated, they're going to be a lot safer from the wear and tear. There's all kinds of uses you can use it for these, but it's mainly for the roll and writes. I think
making
laminators, they're
they
you'll never need any more score sheets if you have a laminator. That's my number 2, a laminator.
Well, let me ask you this. Are you passionate enough about this that even if your wife was not a teacher and actually had a legitimate business expense for it, you would still own a laminator solely for board games?
Absolutely, 100%. And it was, she'd had this before, and I didn't even put 2 and 2 together. I was like, whatever. And then as I got deeper in the hobby, I think it might have been Suzanne Sheldon.
Yes.
Back in the day when she first started, talking about roll and write. She's like, do you use a laminator? I was like, and I ran over to Michelle, let me use your laminator. And from then it's like, then I ended up buying her a new one. And it served its purpose tenfold. I would highly recommend it. That's my number 2, a laminator.
Wow, that is interesting. I thought about that. I don't have one, though. It would be great to have one. I mean, and I guess they're really not that expensive, right?
Yeah, honestly, I think they might be like $20, like for the
really
the home ones. Yeah, totally worth it. Worth every penny.
Okay, well, I think that might have been our biggest ticket item to date at number 2. And that's as good a segue as any to my number 1, which is definitely going to be our most low rent. It's probably an accessory that most people have in their houses already. You might guess what I'm about to talk about. My number 1.
I have no idea.
Is Blu Tack.
Oh, yeah.
Also known as white tack. Also known as fun tack. It's also known as adhesive putty. But I think it's most widely known as Blu Tack. It used to be, apparently, when these originally came out, they always did them as white, but there were too many fears that kids would eat it because it seems like candy, so they made it blue so people wouldn't eat it by accident, although apparently it's totally safe. But anyway, if you would ever come to our house, you would find a wad of this stuck on the corner of every table on every surface of our house. We live with this stuff. It has so much use. Just go on YouTube and do a search for top 10 uses for Blu Tack. You'll find dozens of life hack videos about these. So, I could go all day long about how great Blu Tack is in general. We've got drawers of this stuff, and we did in Europe, we do here. But talking only from a game point of view, the reason we use this almost every time we play a game, we have a reason to use it. Main reason to use it, Jen loves any game that has Ticket to Ride style scoring, where you've got a little disc that has to move around the board. Just take a tiniest little wad of this, put it on the bottom of your disc, and your disc isn't going anywhere. Even if you have a Will Wheaton, thing where everybody ever saw that episode of
Slam the Table
of Tabletop, where his wife just sent everything flying, not at our house because we just batten the stuff down. And that's true for any kind of progress meters. People are always like, we need to have double layer boards so there can be little recesses so everything will stay still. No, that's really expensive. This is really cheap. and it does the same job. Quite frankly, it does the job better. There have been times when I'm filming games where, because of the angle and the glare of the camera, I've literally had to lift the boards up and have them at an angle, and I just use these, and everything stays in place. But it's not just little pieces staying on the board. Another thing, Ruel, have you ever been playing a game only to find that when you unfold the board, it doesn't lie flat on the table?
Yes, that's
I'm trying to
correct.
do my best Ron Popeil here. Well, have I got the solution for you? With just a tiny bit of Blu Tack in each corner, you can hold that board firmly down and it will lie flat the way the designer intended. Buy now for only $3.99, blah, blah, blah. They are just useful in so many ways, keeping stuff together, and I can't imagine. It's shocking to me that whenever I mention this to anybody, people say, oh, I never thought about that. It's like the first thing my wife thought about. Now, to be fair, we use this for all kinds of things. Got a door that slams when you close it? Just put a little bit of this in the corner. Gets rid of slamming doors. I mean, there's a million things that Blu Tack is good for, but gaming is a big, big part of it too. And I mean, really, everybody should have a wad of it just kind of stuck on the bottom of the table. People will come over and think, is there gum under here? No, there's not. There's Blu Tack. And let me tell you why it is the greatest board game accessory in the universe. And that's my number one. And everybody's probably saying I'm crazy. But
no,
I'm crazy, but it is true.
It's true, yes. And I had never even given this a second thought. I had some Blu Tack in the house just because I attempted to do some painting, some minis painting. I use it there. But then you and I were talking about, I think it was Terraform Mars Ares Expedition. And I was talking about how the retail version is just the regular flat player mats, and I don't want to bump the cubes. And he said, Ruel, Blu Tack. I was like, wait, oh yeah,
of course.
Just put a little bit on your cubes; they will never slide off. And it's such a genius use. And I actually went to dig up my little bits here, and now I use it as well. I didn't even think about using it on the bottom of a board to keep it flat.
Yes,
That's another genius
and
use.
Even combining with a previous entry, a game mat. This is a blue. I'll put this down here. I've often had to film with this kind of stuck so that the board, because I get a lot of prototype boards, and often, literally sometimes they're made out of styrofoam and whatnot, and they're just all over the place. So I use these all the time. If I leave it on there for days and days, I might get a little residue. But another great use of Blu Tack? Cleaning up Blu Tack. Just roll a wad of Blu Tack over any Blu Tack, you'll pick it all up. Another use for Blu Tack? Getting gunk out of the crevices of your phone or your keyboard. I mean, Blu Tack is a freaking miracle product. It can do so many things, but it's a really, we would not live without it. It makes such a huge deal. It just makes it's just so much more comfortable. Ruel, have you ever been close to winning a game and then somebody accidentally bumps the victory point markers and now no one knows who won? Have I got the solution for you? It is game changing. I can't not use that stuff. Jen refuses to play games without it because she just doesn't want to be nervous about losing track of her score. Why not use it? It doesn't leave, it's always easy to clean up, even on these mats. I love it. But anyway, that's it, folks. That was, I think, some standard entries, some very unorthodox entries as well, perhaps. But folks, let us know what you think. Which ones should we have mentioned? Of course, we have several others, but this was just each of us taking our top 5. And I think we're done. Although before we go, the big question, of course, is, did you hear the secret word, folks? One of us said the word royal at some point. And so if you spotted that, what accessory were we talking at that point? Go on ahead and write that down and mail it to contest at rahdo.com, and you've got 6 days from today to see if you are the lucky winner of one of Kramer and Kiesling's greatest, quite frankly. It's finally coming back, the Palaces of Carrara. And I think we are out of here, Ruel, unless you've got any more closing thoughts for the folks.
No, the closing thoughts I have are I've got a couple of these things I want to get from your list. So right after the show, I'm going online and ordering a few things. So thank you. Great list. This was fun to do. And friends, get those board game accessories to make your gaming experience even that much better.
Cool. And remember, special sponsor of the show, my wife, Jennifer Ham Glass, who, by the way, people are saying, hey, what about Gamer Glass? Is that not the number one accessory? I left her out of the running because there was a conflict of interest, quite frankly. Yes, Gamer Glass is by far the best board game accessory in the world. I cannot recommend it highly enough. Nothing makes Jen happier. We went to BoardGameGeek Con, and people were coming up showing Jen pictures of how they were using her pieces in their games.
Oh, that's nice.
One person had a special made carrying case with foam cutouts for all of their pieces, held with care. Some of them Jen hadn't seen for years because they were from discontinued lines she'd done. I mean, these are absolutely wonderful. And remember, folks, right now, until the 15th of this month, if you find anything on her store at, Etsy.com/shop/JenniferHamGlass or www.gamerglass.art, if you head on over there while you're in the checkout line, by all means, be sure to type Rahdo when you get to the point where it says, do you have any comments for the seller? Be sure to put the word Rahdo there, because you will get a special extra surprise bonus, a little Christmas present from Jen to you, and she is only making that offer until the 15th. Okay, that's it. We are done. Thank you, Ruel. I will see you again next week. Thanks to everybody for watching and supporting the show. And, of course, thanks to GamerGlass.art for sponsoring. Have a nice day, everybody. Talk to you later. So long. Bye-bye. Phew. Okay. We are out. We're out.
We're out.
Hey, everybody. You still here?
We're back on Twitch.
Okay.
We haven't left Twitch. We're still here.
Yes, Kabuki Kid is right. The BGG store has so many good accessories.
It was funny watching everyone do the little avatars while we were recording.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Saw basketball, saw roulette. Oh my gosh.
Yep. Oh yeah. No, I mean, it's definitely working. I mean, I'm definitely curious, folks. What's your feedback about these avatars? I mean, I've already paid the $15. It cost me $15 to buy this program. So, and I think it's really fun. I wish it was on every show I watched. So when the boring parts happen and stars come up, I could just start grabbing stars and gambling and whatnot, or just attacking people or slingshotting myself around. And I noticed while we were going, at one point I started another basketball game, and it looked like, did only one person enter? Which means they got an instant 150.
That was weird.
It was just like nobody else interested in basketball. Get feedback, because we are back in the interacting with the audience portion of the show, because we are in the post show. Let me put that on the screen.
Yeah, I want to thank everyone for hanging out with us today. And there was a raid from, I think it was BGG actually raided us. I want to thank them.
Oh, really? Oh, shoot. Good Time Society raided us at one point. I did catch that, and I was able to type, hey, Raiders, if you're still here, thanks for raiding. Thank you, Becca.
Cool.
Or Becca's Minions,
thanks,
whoever
Becca.
it was. No, Becca's Tuesdays, right? So it's always Becca and doing a 2 for Tuesday. Yep.
Yeah, Becca and sometimes Jake as well. So I don't know. I think it was Jake and Matt today that were.
Oh, was
playing.
it?
But
Okay.
Thank you, Raiders, if you're still here. Thank you for joining us from the Good Time Society. What you're watching right now is the after show, the post show of the R&R Show. So every Tuesday we go live here on Twitch. We record a top 10 list, but we also have an intro and a closing where we hang out with y'all on Twitch, and then we record the show. So thanks for hanging out.
Yeah.
Now we've got a couple of minutes here for some Q&A, or do we want to redeem some stuff?
Well, first of all, let me say
still...
thanks to Denoga for subscribing. Thanks to Good Time Society for rating.
Nice.
Thanks for everybody who followed. It looks like, in the CR, we already thanked them. We're getting closer and closer to another RVR. We are literally only 9 subs away from another RVR. Very exciting. And somebody, Duck of Death, just requested a this or that this very moment. All right, so I don't think we got time for Q&A.
Okay.
So let's see. What do you like? Do you like, well, we still got an argument from last week. Folks, remember I mentioned up front, could anybody think of a good argument for us? Because when I first thought of the idea, I thought, oh, this will be great. And it just never occurred to me that Ruel and I have nothing to argue about. If Ruel were Tom Vassell, believe me, the arguments would never freaking stop. What kind of idiot are you? What is wrong with you? This game is amazing. Along those sorts
As you
of
can tell,
lines.
I'm not Tom Vassell. So, yeah, let's see if y'all have an argument we can do. That'd be great. Kabuki Kid says, I think the games during the shows may be too much.
Yeah.
Pre and post is fine. Okay. And so does Spectre also does that as well. Says that as well. Kabuki Kid, colorized movies or black and white?
Well, I prefer color. Does he mean? She means literally taking black and white and colorizing them? I bet bet you anything. We're both stick to the original, obviously.
Black and white, obviously.
Yeah.
Right?
So that's Beatles versus
Yeah,
Iron Maiden argument. I mean, that's an interesting.
As much as I love Iron Maiden,
that's a
come
good
on,
for this or
the
that
Beatles.
kind of thing. You know what? Okay,
Yeah.
we will give some more thought to the arguments. Also,
Yeah.
warning right now, I am going to raise the heck out of the price for arguments. You guys are going to have to pay a lot for that because it's literally the hardest thing for us to do. Let's try to end with something. I think, didn't we just get a this or that? I mean, we did one last week. It was so much fun. I am sorry, I'm going to jump the queue. Dutch Rocker, we will get you your argument next week. Head of Metal, we'll get you your argument next week. We'll do another top 3, but I want to do some this or that. Folks, do you know what a this or that is? Basically, A's or B's, red or blue, peanut butter or jelly, day or night, that kind of stuff. Give us some this or that's, and we will rapid fire and maybe spend a little bit of time explaining ourselves. Because that's just good fun. And so okay, what do we got? Spring or fall?
So we'll just go back to the Color Rides movies or black and white. Of course, we both said
Color
black and white.
Black and white, totally, all the way.
Yep. James says spring or fall. Ooh,
fall.
Springtime for me.
Crunchy leaves, beautiful autumn colors. Spring is nice, but it can't compete.
Spring is the time of baseball, my friend, and baseball, as you know,
right.
is one of the best sports
You're
ever
making my
created.
point for me. Thank you.
Let's see, chicken or beef?
Ooh, a chicken actually.
I think it's funny. 20 years ago it would have been beef. Now chicken. Rye or white?
Neither. Honestly, I guess I would take white if you had to, but I don't want either of them, quite frankly.
What would you take instead of rye or white?
Wheat.
I'm more of a
good wheat, double wheat. Actually, no. The best bread in the universe is in Malta. It's called Hansa bread, or I think Hansa. It's a very.
Okay.
It's really light. It's kind of similar to kind of has a baguette quality, but it's not like a long chain thing. It's like a big old loaf that you slice really thin, and when you toast it up, it is the best food. It is manna of the gods. So that would be my first choice, and that's probably the main thing more than anything else that I miss from Malta is the Hansa bread.
Yeah. Rye or white. I'd probably eat white more, but sunrise or sunset?
Oh, sunset, because who's up early enough? I mean, that's just painful to get up in time for a sunrise.
You know what's funny? I enjoy sunrises more, but I see more sunsets because I'm never awake for the sunrise. So, fiction or nonfiction?
You know what? Back in the day, I think I'd surprise myself. I would say nonfiction.
Yeah,
at this point
I think
in my
I'm
life.
more of a nonfiction guy nowadays. Yes.
Yeah, I'm surprised that I say that. The reality is, in terms of like video content I consume every week, probably 2 to 1 nonfiction over fiction. With all the stuff I watch on YouTube, all the documentaries I watch, that's really eye-opening to me, quite frankly. That whoever just suggested that, wow, I wouldn't have thought that.
That was a nice one. Duck of Death. Let's see. Fidelia asks, cats or bunnies, since dogs would be... dogs are winners, of course. Cats or bunnies?
I never understand about bunnies. Having a bunny as a pet, don't they just poop all over the place? Can you train a bunny not to poop?
Yeah.
I mean, they're wild animals,
definitely cats.
aren't they? I mean, I would go for bunny if they can be trained to poop in a controlled way. Otherwise, it's cats.
It's cats. Let's see. Kabuki Kid, crunchy or smooth peanut butter?
Oh, crunchy. Smooth is gross.
Really?
Does anybody like smooth peanut butter?
I like crunchy and smooth, but I would prefer smooth.
What? How can you? Then there's no peanuts. It's just this weird paste.
That's why it's called peanut butter. It's butter, my friend.
But it's also peanut.
It's on your bread. It's so good.
No. I don't know why. It's weird. I mean, I have had, like my favorite brands, the creamy and the crunchy, and in theory, there's no change other than. But to me, it not only is there the texture difference, but it tastes better once the crunch is there. They feel like they taste different, and I'm sure they don't. But I mean, there's an argument. Although I don't know we can get much mileage out of it.
I don't think we can. Yeah. Care Bear or Conflict? Slivers says.
Oh well, Care Bear. I'm curious what you say.
Gosh, I'm leaning towards Conflict.
Given your druthers, you got 2 games in front of you that your group wants to play tonight. All other
Yeah.
things being equal, you would want to fight them rather than, support them.
Then hug them.
Yes.
Yes, I'd rather fight. So yeah, we're going conflict.
That is surprising. That's really interesting.
But you know what you said? It's interesting. You said like you're gaming. So what gaming? Who am I gaming with? Right. So with Michelle, definitely more Care Bear. But with my buddies who I game with regularly, probably conflict. So it really depends.
Okay. Yeah. That's
I'm totally chickening out on that answer. So
you're doing a this
James says
and that instead of a this or that.
Right? A chicken or turkey?
Chicken still. I really love chicken.
I love chicken too. Turkey is always it reminds me of like special times. Like you have it on Thanksgiving. You don't always have it on, whatever. So I would go with chicken, I think.
Okay. All right. Let's see. BoardGameGeek Con versus Dice Tower West. Now I don't know that you've been to both. So I think
I've not been to both.
Right. So
yeah,
that one's for me.
Dice Tower
I've
West
been to
for
both
me.
several times, and that's hard. I would say they are both almost equally good in terms of just the raw convention. They're both run very similarly. They're same kind of feel, same kind of numbers. I think BGG is bigger than Dice Tower West, but Dice Tower West is big enough to where it doesn't really matter.
Yeah,
so it really ultimately comes down to the accoutrement, the surroundings. And so you're really talking about Dallas versus Vegas, and then it becomes kind of a no-brainer, unless you remember that Dallas is the home of the best barbecue in the world. So, crazy, insane, glitzy entertainment that's ridiculously expensive, but ridiculously entertaining, and all the food you can eat, or best barbecue in the world. And on that,
now, having said that, let's not sleep on Vegas. Vegas is a really good foodie town as well.
I'm not saying otherwise. The variety is through the roof. But best BBQ in the world, I would still go with BoardGameGeek Con. Plus, ultimately, I see a lot of people I really like and enjoy hanging out with at Dice Tower West. But more of my long-term board game buddies are generally in Dallas than they are in Vegas. Although, man, I can't wait. I know there's some people I'm very excited to meet. This March, and you're going to be there too, right? Yep. Very exciting.
Yeah. So I'm one of the organizers for. There's a con within a con at Dice Tower West called the Content Creator Community Convention. So I'm one of the co-organizers of that. We're gonna have a lot of great content creators there, folks. You can. Rahdo's gonna be there, myself, and a bunch of people. Thinker Themer's gonna be there too. They were there earlier in chat. So we're gonna be hanging out and doing all kinds of cool things. Looking forward to it. We are almost out of time.
Okay.
Maybe 1-2 more of these before we get out of here.
We could also go quicker. You're supposed to. You're not supposed to explain yourself. You're just supposed to go.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. Simpsons or Futurama? Simpsons for me.
Futurama, not even close.
Okay. Wow. Calvin and Hobbes or Far Side? Ooh. That's a tough one.
What monster asked that? Jeez.
Kabuki Kid.
Far Side.
Wow.
Far Side.
I'm leaning towards Far Side too.
Yep.
Far Side. Fantasy or sci-fi? Sci-fi for me.
Yeah, fantasy for me.
Yeah. R2D2 or C3PO? R2.
C3PO.
Wow.
Particularly because of the worst Star Wars film of all time. Finally gave C3PO something worthwhile to do. And it was absolutely amazing. And then it pissed all over itself right after by ruining it. But I'm just going to pretend the scene that happens later that completely undoes the incredible, beautiful moment that C-3PO has that eclipses anything that R2-D2 has ever done. Man, that freaking movie. Anyway.
R2-D2 for me, through and through. Magic or juggling? That's random. Magic or... I'll go magic,
I'll go with juggling. I would rather watch a good juggler than play Magic the Gathering. Not a fan.
No, magic. No, magic. Well, like watching magic or juggling?
Okay, yeah, of course. Juggling still. I would prefer to watch a juggling act than a magic act.
I think I'd rather watch like really good close-up magic. I always like those little sleight of hand things. I think those are neat.
Frustrating. Stop it. You're too good. I hate it.
Yeah. Okay. As Kabuki Kid reminds us, R2-D2 has saved the gang repeatedly. Agreed. That's why R2-D2 is the best. Sweet treats versus spicy treats.
Spicy. Yeah, sweet. I mean, sweet over anything for me. Sweet over savory. Okay. Sweet over sour. Sweet over spicy.
Yeah, I may go spicy. Although my tastes have changed over the years, I've gotten more of a sweet tooth, but I still lean towards spicy. And great this or that, folks. Thank you so much.
Okay.
I
Yep,
think
it's
we're
2
running
o'clock.
out. Yeah. Yep. Cool.
All right. Let's see. What can we go out on? I guess I'll just bomb the crap out of everybody again on the way out the door.
Yeah.
Mass.
Yep.
Oh, there are other things I could do, but we'll have to learn over time. Okay, folks. Thanks for watching. And yeah, definitely, more feedback about what you thought of the avatars. Would you like to see them make a comeback? Lesson learned, no basketball during the actual talk. Fair enough. Look at all those bombs. That's crazy. And yeah, but next week we will have to try the boss fight. The boss fight is very cool. It's like you're playing a real old classic, JRPG. Everybody working together to try to take down a boss. You could win, you could lose, etc., etc. Okay. Nice. All right. Okay. We have to raid. Raid. Let's go get somebody.
I see Losapalooza's on. I don't see anyone else.
Okay. I see Knights Around a Table. I just raided Luza on Saturday.
Oh, okay.
So Ryan is up. I don't know what he and Cheryl are going to be up to this time, but it might include costumes. It seems like that's becoming a thing. So let's see if we can pull that off. And folks, you will get more points if you stick around for this raid, so that you can request more stuff. Because if you want to request more arguments, it's going to get more expensive. So you're going to need those points moving forward. So raid away. There we go.
Bye, everybody.
Okay. Bye. Let's see. Oh, somebody else has a little balloon now. I'm not the only balloon.
Okay. So.
Okay.
Are we?
Oh. Yeah, no, we're still on. Okay. I see people shouting.